How's it going, guys? My name is Zach with the Movie Castle, and today we're going to be taking a look at Refrigerator Full of Heads number 4. This is written by Rio Youers with art by Tom Fowler, and is from DC's Black Label and Joe Hill's Hill House Comics. Now, I've covered the previous issues of the series before, and I talked about how it wasn't until the last issue that I really got how this series was supposed to be read. I was just reading it still with the mindset of Basketful of Heads, the original book in the series, but where Basketful of Heads is a slasher and a mystery, that's not really what this book is going for. It's adapting a different element of 80s cinema, and that is the grindhouse, which is why you have those motorbiker gangs, you know? And in the last issue, a lot of the plot really started to show itself. A few things that I think you probably should have revealed earlier, but it seemed like issue 3, it was going in and kind of we understood what the book was going to be about, and I am glad to say that with issue 4, it's going even more all in. This is a big action-heavy issue with definite influences of things like Assault on Precinct 13. And let me tell you, this book, this issue, the action is great, the gore is great, and yeah, things get really, really bloody, really grindhouse. There are a few gripes. Towards the end of the major action scene, something pretty big happens, and I don't feel it got enough emphasis. Like, it deserved to have a full-page splash, but they didn't really have the pages to do that. And yeah, I really did miss that full-page splash. Also, something's revealed at the end, which I won't spoil, but they tell you in a dialogue balloon before you flip the page what it's going to be, and that was kind of like, why would you spoil it before I flip the page? I don't know. So yeah, those two things, I missed that splash, and I don't understand why they spoiled their own book. But that being said, with all the gore and the action, this is definitely way better than the first 3 issues. And this is number 4 of what I believe to be 6. So yeah, I'm thinking the last half of this series, this is the beginning of the second half, I'm thinking crazy gore overload. I'm thinking it's going to be pretty cool. So I really am looking forward to the last half of this book. The first half was kind of okay, but I had my gripes, but it's really gotten a lot better. Let's take a closer look at that cover. Really fun cover here. Refrigerator Full of Heads with our main girl clenching her partner's shirt. She's missing her shoes, and there's blood all over the boathouse floor. She's got the axe, which is entirely red at this point, and she just looks angry, and there's all these people's faces pressed up against the window. I saw this cover, I'm like, okay, yeah, something's going down in here. So without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at the story. Now, I'm not going to be doing any major spoilers, but I do want to analyze the book, so I'll just be avoiding the major bits at the end. We open up, though, with the cabin where they're staying, and they're talking, and the girl on the phone is saying, hey, things are going crazy down here. We need backup. So in just a few hours, backup's going to come and take over the job from them, you know, so they're going to be all good and in the clear. And then we find out through this little panel at the bottom that the guy in this partnership is actually married. I'd kind of wondered if the two were in any way interested in each other. Obviously, they weren't really partners. They were undercover agents, which makes so much more of the rest of the story makes sense, but I wondered if there was anything between them, but no, he actually has someone at home, Patsy, so he has a little bit of a backstory, someone he wants to return to, and they're going to get to do that pretty soon, because backup is coming, and it's all going to be over, or so we think, because, of course, here comes that vicious biker gang, and they're going to surround the cabin, and they have to get out of there. So, you know, they're of course ready. She's got a gun, but not a ton of ammunition, and he's got the axe. So they're about to have a big assault on Precinct 13 style fight. And yeah, it's really nuts. Like, the speech balloons or the little onomatopoeias in this comic book really go nuts, because there's a ton going on, you know. And we've seen that previously with the shark, but now with this hail of bullets, we really do see just the crazy work they do with all that lettering, you know. So they're surrounded, and they want to get to the boathouse to get away, but it's not going to be super easy, and it's going to be very bloody. There's one of the biker guys getting killed, and yeah, just look at all the red on these pages. It's pretty nuts. And, you know, major props, if you're going to be doing a Grindhouse comic, go full in on the Grindhouse. And I won't spoil how this section ends. Like I said, there's a big moment at the end that I really wish got its own splash panel. I won't spoil what happens there. But that being said, after we get to the end of this segment, they do put that shark head to use, and you really do see the book getting to that point of madness when you get to the shark head section, and you see, you know, her getting that ticked off like she is on the cover. We are getting to the madness section of this book, and it gets really good. It's one of those things I kind of want to talk about, but I really don't want to spoil it for you guys. But yeah, the scene after the action scene, crazy. But then we get to the scene with June and the new biker leader, and we find out that this guy, Rooster I think his name is, he actually was in and out of Shawshank, another connection to both the first book and to Stephen King's world, but he said that he had connections to the crime on Brody Island, and was actually the one that set up a mysterious figure on this island with the leader of this biker gang. So there is another guy higher up, and I really love this panel. I don't know if you guys can read it, how focused it is. I really don't like where this is going, but I gotta know. Tell me more. That's just really fun. But you can see all the energy and stuff shooting out of the case. It's pretty cool. So yeah, there will be someone else showing up, but I don't want to spoil too much of the book beyond that. But lots of blood and gore, and a big bad does show up. Now, that being said, with the big bad, I don't know. I feel the leader of the biker gang was a cool enough villain. I don't know why you need to go and do oh, hey, this is the real villain type thing. It's like, you know, I think she was good enough to hold the book on her own, but hey, a new character, someone to fight, and I am curious when our main character is gonna finally meet June there, you know. So yeah, a lot happens. It gets really bloody and gory, and you know that you got the axe and you got the new weapons, and they're gonna eventually be on some collision course for this big finale of the book. And I believe we have 6 issues, so 5 and 6, 2 more issues to really go crazy. And after this issue, going crazy itself, I really see that this book does have the potential to do that. So I am really looking forward to 5 and 6. I'll definitely cover those when they come out. But yeah, a really solid entry to this series, and has really gotten me a lot more on board with this book than I was previously. So yeah, really, really cool there. Anyway, to everyone who's watched so far, thank you for watching. To everyone who's liked and subscribed, thank you. You really are helping the channel out. I'll leave a relevant playlist on the bottom. If you guys want to see more, you can click there and see more. You should be able to find my reviews for all the past issues of this series, as well as a few of the other Hill House books that I've covered in that playlist as well. So if you want to see those, you can find them there. Anyway, have a good day. I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Relevant playlist on the bottom. Have a good day now.